Hello there and happy holidays. When this video comes out, it should be December 24th, so that would be Christmas Eve for those who celebrate. So Convoy and I are here to spread some holiday cheer. I'm wearing my ugly sweater running shirt, but I'm also going to share my running shoe superlatives for 2024. And I have 8 shoes that I want to share with you that I've been running in this year that are all 2024 releases. A lot of the shoes I've been running in this year have been 2023 releases, but I'm going to stick to what came out this year when I talk about these superlatives. Some of these superlatives are positive and some of them are not. I'm going to start with my most versatile shoe, which is also, I think, up there for the best value. And this is a shoe that I can do almost any kind of run in, whether it's a workout, an easy day, some long runs, maybe going up to 90 minutes or close to 2 hours. And that is the Hoka Mach 6. And I have gotten a lot of miles in this shoe. You can tell it's a little bit beat up. And it's something that I don't mind reaching for most kinds of runs. And it's just a great do-it-all kind of shoe. It's not too heavy. It's got a good bit of cushion. It worked a lot better than the Mach X did for me. I did not buy the Mach X2 just because the Mach X was underwhelming compared to this shoe. I think as far as the Mach line goes, I can get all I need out of the Mach 6. And it is $140 USD. You might be able to find it on sale during this holiday season, which makes it an even better value, right, Con? Oh, he's going to lay down by the fire. That's fine. All right, I'm going to go on to my favorite long run shoe, which is also my favorite max stack shoe. And that is the Mizuno Neo Vista. I know a lot of people were kind of looking sideways at this high collar and this knit upper, but it works well for me. And yeah, this plate doesn't feel too obtrusive to me. This foam is a really, really soft EVA with a really slow bounce back that is just very inviting for a long time on foot. If I were picking up the pace, I don't know that this would be the shoe I would reach for, but if I were doing, 2 to 3 hours time on foot, LSD, then this would be a great shoe for that. I smile every time I wear this shoe. And I know this shoe can be kind of polarizing because there are some other reviewers who are underwhelmed by it. But it might be one of the shoe of the year contenders for me. I don't know if I could pick one shoe of the year. But certainly for a max stack shoe or a long one shoe, the Neo Vista is up there for me. Now I'm going to go to a most disappointing shoe. The most disappointing shoe, the biggest disappointment for me this year, is still a shoe that I like, but for its intended purpose, it was a disappointment, and that is the New Balance Fuel Cell Pacer V2. I enjoy running in this shoe. I've even raced in this shoe, once or twice, but as a racer, I think it is underwhelming, especially since as a racer intended for shorter, faster races. Now for Emily Sisson, this is a marathon racer, but I think New Balance is trying to market this as a 5K or 10K racer for us non-Olympian, non-elite runners. And it does all right performance-wise, but for me, I use this as a performance trainer, as more of a tempo shoe. So I don't mind it getting a little bit beat up and a little bit dirty. I've been doing some tempo runs in the rain in this just because when I want to reach for something that I don't mind getting beat up, this I will let get beat up. So yeah, biggest disappointment as far as its intended use, but I will still continue to run in it. And don't let that discourage you from looking into it. But I use it as a workout shoe. Best shoe for fast intervals. For me, that really correlates to best unplated workout shoes. So lightweight, non-plated, flexible, good response though. And that's going to be the Brooks Hyperion 2. With this supercritical EVA, this DNA Flash V2 midsole. It works really well to maintain my biomechanics, work on my leg strength and leg speed, where I'm not really just relying on the snapback of a carbon plate or a super foam. So if I'm going to a track and I don't really need any extra help from a super shoe, then this is a great shoe for quicker intervals or hill repeats, things like this. Very much appreciate this update. Now I'm going to go to the most overpriced shoe. Now this is a shoe that also I like and I'm liking more and more as I continue to run in it, but it certainly is overpriced, and there's nothing that this shoe can do that I think will justify its $210 US price tag for what it is. This is the On Cloud Boom Zone, which is really kind of a tempo shoe. You could do some intervals in it. I took it out on a long run, my first run in it, and that was a mistake. It just did not feel good after 20 miles. Maybe 13, 14 miles it would be okay, but not after 20 miles. However, I've done some hill repeats and some road intervals in this shoe and some tempo type intervals, and it seemed to work well for this. Also, this, what is they calling it? Helion HF, which is their PIBA, On Running's PIBA, tends to open up a little bit after a few runs. I found that in the Cloud Boom Strike as well. So I'm enjoying running in it, but I think it would have been better priced at $170 or $180 USD and not $210 USD. Because the next shoe I'm going to bring it up, which is $170 USD, not counting any discounts, I think blows this shoe out of the water. And that's going to be my favorite workout shoe, or I guess you could call it favorite training companion. And that is the Tyr Valkyrie Speedworks. And this is $170 USD if you don't get a discount. But Tyr, I mean, if you get on their mailing list, they're sending out site-wide discounts, 30%, 35% all the time. I believe I got this shoe for 40% off, bringing it just over $100. I mean, that's cheaper than a Saucony Kinvara, which was my best value last year. The Kinvara is not part of my superlatives this year. But also, think about what this shoe is. It is everything that the Tyr Valkyrie Elite Carbon is, but without a carbon plate. It has a plastic plate. It has the same geometry, the same 40 millimeter to 34 millimeter stack heights. It has the same Launch PX, P-Back's midsole. It has a very similar upper. The weight difference is about 15 grams between this and the same size in their racing model, which is $80 more expensive. So, I mean, I like that I have the Valkyrie Elite Carbon, but I think if you're going to get one or the other, get the Speedworks. In fact, you guys know how I like the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. If it's between the Speed 4 and the Valkyrie Speedworks, get the Speedworks. One of my buddies that I'm training for Houston with needed a workout shoe, and he gets along well in the Endorphin Speed line. I told him to get this. He was not disappointed. If I were to race in a shoe that did not have any carbon in it, had a plate but no carbon in it, it would be this one, no holes barred. So this is up there for shoe of the year for me as well as this one and another one that I'm going to talk about next. And that is my favorite racing shoe. And you guys know I'm training for Houston Marathon. You guys know I run a lot of marathons. This favorite racing shoe that I have is not what I would consider for a marathon. If I were going to pick a favorite marathon racer, it might be the Alpha Fly 3. We'll see. It's hard to say. But my favorite racer in general is going to be this guy, and it is the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Paris. It is a great update to the ASICS Metaspeed Edge line. In fact, the Paris combo is a great update to the Sky Plus and Edge Plus combo, I believe. And that all has to do with this Flight Foam Turbo Plus, which is PIBA based. This shoe works well for me. If you follow my stats at all, I am a textbook cadence runner, which means that when I pick up the pace, my cadence picks up by a lot. Like I will go from a 180 cadence to a 210 cadence, or if I'm doing sprints or fast intervals, it might get as high as 240. And this shoe works well for me with that aggressive geometry of the plate. It also has a little bit more PIBA closer to the foot where the forefoot is, and that's where most of my wear is, because I'm very much a forefoot striker when I pick up the pace and more of a distal midfoot striker when I'm just cruising. I have won 3 different races at 3 different distances in this race, and I have also set Masters PRs at 2 other distances in this shoe. So this shoe is a performer for me. It is my racer of the year. Could I take it for a marathon? Sure, but I would just have to be willing to be beat up by about mile 18, because I've taken this on a 20-mile run and realized that it's going to be best at half marathon and below for me, but especially in those like 1 hour race distances. And I look forward to doing more miles in this shoe in the future. I have never not felt fast in this shoe. And then my last superlative is just going to be most fun. And this is a shoe that I kind of run cross category in it. It is a racing shoe, but I don't really use it in races unless I'm a pacer for a race, or want to do a long run with some pace, or sometimes just want something fun and bouncy on my feet. And I think people would agree that the Hoka Cielo X1 is a very fun and bouncy shoe. I know the big elephant in the room with regards to the Cielo X1 is the weight, and it is heavy for a racing shoe. In my men's size 9.5, it's approaching 9 ounces, and I'm not sure what that is in grams. If 10 ounces is 280 grams, and we're talking about a little over 250 grams. I mean, I haven't weighed this one. I got this one back before I got a scale. Also, I did change out the laces so that I have some serrated laces, and that makes this shoe top tier. I'm not gonna race my fastest marathon in it, but I will certainly enjoy a lot of miles in this shoe. I do look forward to the second version coming out in March. Trouble is, it's going to come out as at the same time as the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, which is the shoe I'm anticipating getting the most. But those are my running shoe superlatives for 2024, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy following the channel. Please share the video. Please like, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, throw a comment down there, see if you agree or disagree with me, or just show some love for Khan. He is laying down by the fire here. And I want to hear what your superlatives are, your most or least shoes for 2024. So if you set whatever holidays you celebrate, I hope you have a happy one, and I hope you have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 2025. Actually, there will be one more review coming out before 2025. It'll be coming out this Sunday. But that shoe, I would give it an honorable mention, but it's really a 2025 release, so I'll hold off on that one. So I will see you guys next year, and we're going to bang out the Houston Marathon together. Thanks, guys. See you in the next run.